Andrew Ridgeley has called the program insensitive and reprehensible in a series of tweets. George Michael's former Wham! Bandmate Andrew Ridgeley has hit out at Channel 5 for airing a mucky documentary about the late star before he has been laid to rest. The singer, who paid a heartfelt tribute to George at last month's Brit Awards ceremony, hit out at the insensitive, contemptuous and reprehensible broadcasters for their plans to run a program titled The Last Days of George Michael on Thursday night. The 54-year-old tweeted to the network, "To conceive such a sensationalist and mucky piece of voyeurism may be par for the course for you. The decision to air before George Michael's funeral is insensitive, contemptuous and reprehensible. You might have had decency to schedule post-funeral and after a respectful period." A Channel 5 rep told Mirror Celebs, "George Michael was a high-profile public figure and there has been legitimate public interest in the circumstances surrounding his death, which have already been widely reported across the news media. The Last Days of George Michael is a measured account of the days preceding his death in December and of his musical career and his personal life, including his philanthropy, based on contributions from those who knew him and reported on him over many decades." The documentary airs at 9 p.m. tonight. George passed away at his home in Goring-on-Thames on Christmas Day aged 53. But after delays at Oxfordshire Coroner's office, his body was not released for 2 months. His funeral is expected to take place in an intimate ceremony before he is laid to rest beside his mother in Highgate Cemetery within the next few days. Prior to the film airing, the Channel 5 doc was said to include interviews with George's nearest and dearest, chronicling his later, reclusive lifestyle following years of well-documented drug addictions, as well as his ambitions to tour and release more music. Last month, Andrew told the Mirror he and George's family had been left in limbo while waiting to bury the star. "We've not had closure," he said at the Brit Awards. "It's difficult for me. It's difficult for everyone. It's a limbo period and we need to be able to move on." He had said on stage at the Brit Awards, "A supernova in a firmament of shining stars has been extinguished and it felt like the sky had fallen in." A coroner ruled George died from heart disease and liver problems. The Last Days of George Michael to reveal what the singer's life was really like just before his death. The documentary airs at 9 p.m. tonight on Channel 5. On Christmas Day 2016, the world mourned as George Michael's death was announced. George was found dead by his long-term boyfriend Fadi Fawaz when he arrived at his London house to wake him up. And tonight, nearly 3 months to the day of his passing, Channel 5 will be releasing a new documentary about his final days. The documentary will cover the star's life as well as the events surrounding his last few days in the public eye before passing away. It will discuss the Freedom singer's decision to remove himself from the limelight and become reclusive, his drug addiction and the potential he had for a comeback tour. While no names have been officially confirmed by Channel 5, it promises to be an emotional one as his nearest and dearest speak out. As well as this, a series of medical experts will also be lending their opinion. Music industry insiders will also be revealing what George was like behind the scenes. An investigation into the cause of the death was put in place, as rumors spread about his sudden and unanticipated death at the age of just 53. The official announcement that he died of natural causes was released earlier this month. And his family are now reportedly arranging his funeral to take place within the next few weeks, at which his Spice Girls pal Jerry Horner will do a reading.